What's up, guys? I started my wiring project and I forgot to start recording some of the work that I've done, but luckily I stopped halfway and realized I should probably be recording what I'm doing. So I'll just show you what I've done so far, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing right now, as in cutting out unnecessary wiring and tracing it back and things like that. So far I removed all of the wiring on the passenger side over here. So over here used to be the AC, the plugs for all the air conditioner. Back there are the HVAC unit, the airbag, some wires that would go over to the doors or the back doors. So over there I narrowed it down just to 3 wires. And then there's a couple of these junctions. So this one's black, so it's for my grounds. There's another one that's green, and then a brown one over here. But I got rid of everything in the center too that had to do with whether it was plugging into the AC control knobs or whether it was plugging into the radio, so all of those are gone. I just kept the basics, so I have all of the connectors for my SST trans, and then I just have my all-wheel, there it is, the button to change from gravel, tarmac, and a couple other modes. And then I have this last one back here. Well, I got this one, which is for the power outlet, because I still use it to charge my phone while I'm on track. And then I have my hazard button. So those are the only ones that I really kept here in the middle. And then I got to this point over here where I've traced all the unnecessary wires back. So there's a couple here that need to get snipped. And then I'm also working on this down here. So yellow over here is for airbags. I don't have an airbag, so that can go. The other connector here has to do with the spring clock. I forgot what it's called, but basically I know that the Evo uses it for like it uses the input from the steering wheel for angle for like the all-wheel control and the AYC, so that's needed. So I'm going to keep that connector over here, and basically everything else is going to stay. This one too, that's unplugged, that's for the paddles, which I might put back in the future, so I'm going to keep that. But everything else is unnecessary. You know, random plug here and here that need to go. And then I'm also in my head plotting out what can get taken out to save weight. So like I'm thinking that somehow all this metal in the middle here I'm not going to need, since the dash over here and the bottom part where it has the AC controls, it's not going to need any support because there's no weight on it. But I don't want to cut it out just yet. I want to make sure that I put everything on, put the dash back on, test fit everything, make sure the car starts. And then I'll go back another day. I just want to mark what I think can get cut out. So I know, like, there's some metal tabs back here that can get cut out. That one can get cut out. Back far corner over there, sticking down, will get cut out. But I just want to maximize my weight savings under the dash while I'm under here. And there's some other random brackets like on this piece. I forgot what this is. This is maybe like ETAX or something like that. Controller, so I gotta keep that for sure. So yeah, so that's more or less what I've done so far. Today I'm going to try to remove, well, I'm not going to try, I will remove the fuse box so that I can get to all the wiring and then hopefully trace it back to the ends of the connectors and then remove all the unnecessary wiring. So it took me another 2.5 to 3 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. I went wire by wire, traced it all the way down to the fuse box, deepened all the connectors and everything like that, and then I found more wires that weren't being used, so I had to trace those back to the connectors. What am I trying to say? Yeah. So I was able to almost fill up a small, medium-ish box filled with wires and, you know, a handful of like little connectors and things like that. So I'll get a weight on that later. I just want to show you guys what the dash now looks like. Now it still looks messy. I haven't loomed any of the wires up. I just want to show you guys kind of what it looks like, how what's the word, how it looks like with like post me taking out all the wiring. And then I will plug in the dash, I will plug in my shifter, and then I will put the kill switch into the on position and see if the Evo fires up without any problems and check engine lights or anything like that. Which I'm very confident that it won't, but I am slightly stressed out just because there was a lot of wires to go through and things like that. So yeah. So that's kind of the fuse box down there. It's kind of a mess. I need to reorganize the wires, but I just plugged everything in that needed to be plugged into the fuse box. And then that's just the wires. So definitely looks a lot cleaner on the passenger side over there. But yeah, this will all have to get organized. I'm gonna kind of trace all the wires and loom them up all correctly so it's nice and tidy. So this is the moment of truth. I put the kill switch in the on position. Now I just have to turn the key on, see if everything's okay, and then if everything's all right, I'll try to crank this over. Okay, nothing weird so far. Dash lit up, no crazy check engine lights or anything like that. Okay, let's see if it starts. So it doesn't start. So it's a bummer that it doesn't start. And I did end up finding what the issue was, and I just don't have time today to fix it. But on the connector that plugs into the starter, I noticed that there's two red wires, because I didn't depin that connector yet. I just depinned some of the bigger harnesses, or the bigger connectors, and I noticed that, so there's a red wire here. You know what, I'll show you guys. So I traced the problem to the switch that goes into the starter thing over here, the key switch, whatever you want to call it. On the front here, I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, it's really shitty, but there's a red wire you can see that's been cut with a black stripe. On the back, that is supposed to be a red wire with a silver dot. I cut both. Why? I don't know. I'm dumb. Luckily, I didn't depin it right away when I was doing it, because I would have never found it out. But basically, I have to depin this red one, and then I have to find the nearest wire. So this guy will probably work, because it's red with a silver dot on it, so I can use that. I'll just have to tap a wire into that and then bring it in to this connector, and then the Evo will start. So lesson learned. Even though I took all my time, everything else works. You know, I unplugged the dash, but I looked, all the headlights work. Well, the one headlight works, both turn signals work, car cranks over, or doesn't crank, I'm sorry, but at least the fuel pump in the back gets power. You know, everything that needs to works besides the starter cranking the car over. So it's okay, it's not the end of the world. I'll just have to wire that in another day. So if you guys learned anything, really take your time with this. Don't rush. Look at the wires twice. I mean, I did. I just don't know why I happened to cut it. Anyways, I might be a little stressed out, but it's okay. It's still the beginning of the winter. I got plenty of time to get it sorted out and figured out and all the wiring cleaned up. So, until then, take care, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed me getting stressed out because of my own stupidity, but it happens. And stay tuned for me firing up the Evo and showing you guys up how all this wiring is nicely cleaned up once I get into some wiring looms and it's nice and tidy and organized. So take care, guys.